Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're back over here working on, you guessed it, Project Brown Sugar. Got a couple of small things I gotta finish up on this thing today. One being good old tune-up plugs, wires, and also that Amazon carb. If no one's watched this, if you didn't catch the first video, we stuck an Amazon, good old Amazon unit, Jungle website, $85 carb on this bad boy. And unfortunately this truck is not being able, it's not at my house, so I've been working on other things, my Mustang and stuff, so I haven't had a whole lot of free time to get back over here and fix this thing. But if you'll notice, one thing on it that never would line up correctly over here is this throttle linkage. It's kind of boogered up. It's a little long, so I'm gonna have to figure out something on that, and also figure out something on this kickdown linkage, because this carb did not come, and I didn't even notice this when I ordered it. I even went back and checked some other models, and it said it was pretty much universal. It said automatic transmission, so I figured it had the correct linkage on it. There's nowhere for this linkage on this kickdown to mount up on here, so may have to do a little rigging on that bad boy, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. All right, well, ain't nothing to it but to do it, so let's get started on this thing. Check out these fancy spark plug wires. Even come with a dielectric grease, NGK, Rock Auto, 20 bucks. Part number 52350. And of course, nothing but the best NGK V-Power 2430X. Now, one thing I am doing as I'm replacing these wires, probably common sense, but I'm leaving the existing old wire on there and just pulling them off one at a time and then replacing them that way, so you don't get mixed up, mix the fire and order up and cause yourself a bunch of grief. Good looking blue, forward blue. Next thing we're going to do is tackle this throttle cable. About the only thing I can figure out, and I'll show you here what it's doing on this Amazon carb. Got about, I know there's a shadow there, but right here's the little ball where it clips in on the throttle. So it's about a half, 3/4 of an inch too long. So I think what I'm going to do is just trim the spring up a little bit, just a tad, to take a little bit of that off, because what it's doing, it's binding up. I don't know if you can see there. See, when I clip it on, it should be this way, but when I clip it on, it's kind of binding it up. So I'm going to remove a little bit of that spring and see if that helps it. All right, here's what we're working on with the linkage. What I did, I removed some of this spring, so at least it's not bound up as bad as it was. It's not perfect, but it's not bound up. Also, if anybody has any idea about this kickdown linkage, because I've read several people say it don't matter, you can run it without it, it's not gonna hurt, it's not gonna burn the transmission up. And then you got people that say don't do it, your transmission will burn up in 100 miles. So, which the transmission on this thing is actually not great. It shifts like way too quick. I thought this thing had maybe one of those governor modulator valves, whatever you call them. But I got all up under it and looked, and I do not see one anywhere where you can adjust the the shift points, because this thing's in like third gear at like 20 miles an hour, and it's always done that for the longest I can remember. If anybody's got any suggestions on that, drop them on down in the comments. Same with the kickdown linkage. But we're gonna fire this old thing up and at least see if the little tune-up helped her out a little bit anyway. All right, she ain't been started since the last video, so it's probably been a month ago, 3 weeks. Come on, girl. Oh, yeah. A lot more power. A lot more power. Throttle response it's got just from doing the plugs and wires. Will she idle? No. Oh, almost. Oh, there she is. She's idling. Ooh, not sounding too hot. Spitting, sputtering. Got an exhaust leak. Yeah, we may have to do some adjustment on that choke since the weather's warmed up. Last time we were out here filming this thing, it was probably about 35, 40 degrees. Oh, loyal inline 6. Can't beat these old inline 6s. Let's see what she does here. Wow, throttle response is night and day. It's almost like this thing was running off 4 or 5 cylinders before. Can't imagine why. It was only dumping a half a gallon of fuel in the intake. She's in second. Oh, already in third. Already in third at 20 miles an hour. 20 miles an hour, already in third gear. So, if anybody knows something I can do to remedy that, or is there anything to check, to adjust, I'll climb up under it and get a shot of the transmission here in a minute whenever we get back. Because I honestly don't even know what's in this thing. I think it's a C6, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm still refreshing my memory on all this old early 80s Ford stuff. But yeah, overall, so far so good. Amazon carburetor, $20 set of wires. $10 maybe worth of spark plugs. You wish newer cars were this simple. Would you have the fuel economy that we have now? No, but the simplicity of these things is where it's at. So. Well, it felt like it kicked down actually. No kick down there. So that's something that's gonna have to be addressed. I mean, I trust this thing all day on the highway, at highway speeds, but on these back roads, climbing hills and whatnot, if you need her to shift down and you got it to the floor and it doesn't shift down until you drop down to 15, 20 miles an hour, you know, that's gonna be an issue. So if anybody has any ideas on the transmission situation, drop me a comment. I'll get up under there and get a shot of the transmission in a minute. Maybe y'all can help me out on letting me know exactly which transmission's in this thing. All right, up under the truck, I'm gonna do the best I can to get a shot of this transmission where you can see it. As you can see, there's no no governor adjustment thing on it. Just trying to give you a shot of it. Obviously this is the kick down. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything under here I could adjust. Next order of business on this old girl is gonna be replacing the heater core. Heater core is leaking in the floorboard. So as you can see, I got it just looped around. Got this old hose looped around and it is leaking antifreeze. So that's gonna come up in an upcoming video. So be looking for that one in the future. Got a new heater hose. So I'm gonna redo all that. So there's gonna be plenty of videos coming up on the Project Brown Sugar here. May delete this EGR or air pump EGR, whatever this junk is. Just in the way, it's ugly. Exhaust manifolds leaking. May address that in the future. But yep, there she is. But that's gonna do it for this video. I thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't checked out my other videos on brown sugar, I've got I think 2 uploaded on it. Be sure to go and check those 2 out. Also got Project White Lightning, which is my 88 Mustang LX. Waiting on parts. Gonna be working on it, doing some more videos on it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're into this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos on my projects. And until next time, we'll see you guys on the next video.